Hi there, welcome back to the Dukes. My name's Aidan Roberts Jones. Thanks again if you've been listening to our previous videos. We've been talking very much on grip and posture. We finished off posture in our last session there, and really just highlighting some really key areas, keeping it nice and simple, but ultimately really important positions to get into, because one thing I've really got to highlight is that a good setup really promotes a good swing. We're going to talk today on where we're actually getting our weight on our feet. Big problem, I would say, for majority of golfers, and it can be a big problem for people that even play at a very high level. Ultimately, where we want to really look at as far as our feet position is concerned is there's three key areas where I'd say where it would be a good and bad position. One of which you can see a lot of people when they get themselves set up, if they get too close to the ball, our weight will predominantly be back on the heels, all right? If we kind of think about even trying to walk around on our heels, we can kind of feel very unbalanced, feels very unnatural. So if you think about the amount of power you really put into a swing, if it's back on the heels, ultimately we're going to be feeling unbalanced through the swing. Vice versa, if we get too far away from the ball, we're starting to stretch for it, you're going to start to feel the weight coming more onto the toes. Again, that's going to promote uneasiness from the setup position and also through the swing as well. Ultimately, where we want to be getting our weight is on the balls of the feet, and that's just on the pad just below your toes here. This is ultimately, as human beings, we get our best or optimum balance. As far as our setup is concerned, you always want to make sure you get plenty of room away from the top of the club, so you should be able to quite comfortably be able to get your hand from the top of the handle to the top of the hips. But really from there, and following on from the lessons that we talked about, by getting a nice straight back position, a little bit of flex in the knees, you should just slightly be able to lift your heels up, but ultimately you should really feel the weight onto the balls of the feet. So from a setup position, you're not too far or you're not too close to it, you're giving yourself plenty of room, and actually through the swing, you've really got your balance going through it as well. Because ultimately what it comes down to is into the attack position here, weight on the balls of the feet, and we're nicely going through into a nice finished position from there. I want all of you to make sure you go and check that on for me for next time. Thanks for listening. Again, if you've got any questions, you can always email me at aroberts-jones@allcoursehotel.co.uk. Thanks for listening. Cheers, then.